we have not really become what we have always and ever wanted ourselves to become, and we have not really thought and said and accomplished in our lives whatever we have ever wanted ourselves of to do all that. But we have become whatever the others have always expected, desired, and demanded of ourselves to become, achieve, and say in our lives. We have done all that because we could not actually live up to our own potential. We could not realize and maximize our potential, power, talent, skill, knowledge, agency, and authenticity in our lives. And we also could not live up to our own expectancies, demands, and desires of ourselves that we have always had from ourselves in our internal growth, inward significance, external achievement, and accomplishment as society also in one way or another. And we also cannot or we could not fulfill our own obligations towards ourselves, and we cannot or could not become whatever we are capable of being or becoming in this life, because we are ultimately and at the end of the day the others' judgments, opinions, thoughts, rejections, notions that they hold against ourselves in one way or another. But that should be none of our business, because we love ourselves, we care for ourselves the most, but ultimately we are more influenced than the others' thoughts, judgments, differentiations regarding ourselves than we are influenced by our own thoughts, desires, demands, and qualities for ourselves. But we must have been able to adhere to ourselves. We should have been able to fulfill our own obligations for ourselves that we've always had towards our own growth, progress, life achievement, and development. We should and we must also have been able to fulfill and live up to our own expectancies, desires, demands that we have always had about and from ourselves for talent, growth, transformation, self knowledge, self overcoming, authenticity, dignity, etc. But ultimately, we ended up becoming the others' victims and prey, and we have been domesticated, subjugated, enslaved, not only by our own uncontrolled, untamed powers, arrogance, ignorance, vanity, pride, but also by the others' judgments, criticisms, differentiations all the time, which should be none of our business, because most modern people in the world, or the majorities, have always wanted the external validation, attention, approval of the others and not from themselves. If we were self approved, self validated, self examined, self evaluated, and self sovereign and dignified, then we would never be influenced by the others' judgments and hostilities. Then we would never really have become what the others wanted us to become, or we would never live up to the others' expectancies, desires, demands of any kind.